It's a joke.
No, exactly what he said. No, he was just joking, but that's funny as shit, dude. I think that's funny. Yeah, he's gonna sell me to the fucking.
Okay,
a cruise ship.
I hope
And I
we don't
think
need to get plate
cruise ship
letters.
though, in which I get all the money. You'll be rowing at the bottom.
All right, I think it's time for our first break. We're just going to let the racism set in for it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And we'll be back in a few seconds to you, but for us, it's going to be a little bit more time. So just chill out. We'll be back. Welcome back to Uncomfortably Close. You probably heard some wonderful elevator music that I found that was free on the copyright websites that you can get free shit from. I'm still here with William and Julie, but we are now joined after our extended long break. Thanks, Will.
Will likes to talk.
Aaron Duvall.
Special.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello,
What's up,
sir.
Aaron?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
You just got done hosting an open mic.
Yeah, my first one.
How was it?
It was different than actually doing a stand-up myself, that's for sure.
Is it a lot? Now, the thing that I always tell myself is I always go to Drunken Monkey every single week, which has 2 nights of comedy, very good for open mic comics.
Yes.
Do you realize it's more time that you have to spend on stage? It's more than your 5 or 10. It's how long did it feel to you tonight? Because we measure. This is a comedy podcast, so you can talk about comedy like, measurements of time where people will understand that.
It probably felt like an hour and a half because I've hosted before too.
To me, actually, it felt like it went pretty quick.
It does, but your timer, right? But you know the stopwatch, right?
Yeah.
You're always with the time, so you know what's So yeah, to me, it goes pretty quick, but it's different.
When you're watching the stopwatch, it kind of seems like everything slows down.
It's like you got a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
It's different than doing comedy. He's right, but Aaron's right. It's different than doing comedy, though. Julie's done comedy. Julie, you going up?
I
tonight?
did comedy. I'd like to host sometime.
You got it. Yes, you can host. I'm giving everybody a shot.
You do a lot of. This would be a good portion of the show to do that before we move on. We, as Uncomfortably Close podcast, are actually doing a show in Tampa on February 17th.
What?
And I was the only one of the pictures that they released on the flyer that doesn't have me in front of a microphone. Even my fucking profile is me with a microphone and a headset on. They chose me at probably one drunken photo from like 4 years ago when I was at Enzion, and there was no one else in the theater at 11 o'clock showing of a movie. I look so fucking like...
They didn't want you
I'm
typecast.
the high guy. I'm the guy who
you are the
smokes
high guy.
weed on this improv show. That's what they think. I mean, looking like fucking Shaggy.
It's because you like to talk about goats. That's
goats
why.
and cocaine.
Yes.
Because I was trying to teach it exercise, and for some reason, goats come out in the exercise.
That's more of an inside joke, and we're talking about all the drugs that Julie did last time she was here.
Yeah, 3
And,
shots of
I
tequila.
I told her not to
tequila.
admit anything. As her legal advice, but she the things were said earlier. This was an inside joke. We were talking about that because Julie was crazy last time she was here.
She doesn't understand what drugs are. I mean, she knows they do bad things, but I feel like she doesn't know what drugs do and the euphoric effects that drugs have.
Drugs are bad.
Exactly.
No.
It's a fucking Dare commercial over here. Yeah.
Wait until you get a group of friends that hold you down and blow smoke in your face.
Oh no!
Yeah, they did that to me. They held me down, pulled a blanket over my head, and blew smoke up in the blanket and would not let me out.
That
They
is
Dutch
horrible.
ovened your ass
Yeah.
with weed?
The first time.
That is some California kush shit right there.
That is.
I know. Julie looked at me like I am so lost.
I think that's assault. I think that breaks. That breaks a lot of laws and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I was
What
too
they did to
stoned to
him.
realize it.
And how
All I
old were
cared
you?
about was where the bag of chips was.
There you go.
I was about
Where's the-
24, 25.
Okay.
What kind
I'm
of chips did
24.
you eat?
Oh, dude, I was 12.
I just have to ask, was it Cool Ranch Doritos? That seems very popular among the stoners that I hang out with.
It was actually sour cream and onion lazy potato chips.
So close, so close.
I had the crumbs all down my shirt.
Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy.
drooling on myself.
That was the guy we were talking about with the Doritos. You know what I mean?
That is a beautiful drug story where things turned out just right. We don't hear enough of these because
I would like
Doritos on this show. I would love when I wake up with Doritos on my chest.
We could see a guy down
It's
the
beautiful.
street walking around with his Dorito like that on the street. I'm sure we could see that.
I wish all the public service announcements would come from like someone like Aaron Duvall. Like, just your demeanor would be perfect for all of the PSAs. Please don't do cocaine.
Yeah, at least
And remember,
blow cocaine into your blanket.
Your pets, and then you give that little quirk of a smile at the very end. You would be the perfect PSA guy for white people, I guess.
And then
record
record me doing it, and then you never want to do drugs.
You would be like the last. I'm not going to make fun of you, Julie. I don't want to be mean.
It's all right. Everybody makes fun of me. That's why I need therapy.
Okay.
I guess, I think.
We all do.
Okay.
I think everybody here.
Well, Julie, this is my joke. You are the last hour of NPR. You are the 11 to 12 clock spot for commercials for PSAs. You got Aaron all day, and then you got you, who is bubbly and funky at the very end of the night, and it just cuts off to static like it used to in the 50s.
When TV actually turned off at like 10 o'clock at night,
Yeah, it's exactly
nothing was on.
Nothing was on.
What was that? How did I survive?
I don't know. What happened to you? Is that what happened?
I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, you old bastard.
I am old. Oh, yeah. And there was the national anthem for about 5 or 6 hours sometimes up in Massachusetts. Yes.
Oh, 6 a.m. we would have the glory, glory, hallelujah.
Yeah.
6:01, man. That's when the TV fucking turned on.
Keep marching.
Wow, you have a very angelic voice.
Why, thank you very much.
But anyways, let's get back to Aaron's first time hosting.
Yes.
Now, I know you hang out in a lot of rooms other than this one. Did you hang out for all the sets this evening? I know you sometimes have to run outside to tell the next people they're up, but did you sit through all the sets tonight?
Yeah, I stayed inside and watched all the sets. I didn't really focus on the sets. I was more focused on what I had to do, being it's my first time. Make sure I get my clock started. I see who the next comic is, find that comic and let them know, hey, you're going up next, and then get in position to, show the light when it was time.
Yeah, it sounds like so simple when you're not doing it, and then when you are doing it, you are a stressed fucking mess because you're like, okay, I have to do this accurately, I have to do this on time.
You are a
karaoke
hostage.
after this.
You are a hostage to that stage when you host a show. You got to pay attention, and it seems like easy. Oh, it's the same thing as... No, it's not. And Aaron said it when he came on. It's not the same as just going up and doing comedy and being, just being you. It's different.
Aaron, would
Totally
you do
different.
this again?
Yeah, I'd probably do it again.
Yeah.
Where would you want to do it at?
I mean, probably bigger stage eventually.
Yeah.
If you had a dream place, like your dream comedy place, where would
I mean,
it
if I was going to do just comedy outside of like hosting, or are you talking about hosting?
Well, we could go hosting, and then we could go where else?
If I was hosting, it really wouldn't matter. Probably like a bigger name place, Bonkers, Improv, something
Does
like that.
Soundbar still have open mics?
No, I don't think. No, they don't. They had showcases for a second, but it was more hip hop and comedy. It was
such
yeah,
a
it was
weird.
different. Yeah.
The first time I ever did stand up comedy was at Soundbar, and the place was packed, and I was bombing so fucking bad. And out of like failure and scariness, that's when you're funny. I said, well, I guess I'm gonna just drop my pants and shit on the floor like Gigi Allen.
Oh.
And due to the fact that it was a punk rock bar,
yeah.
they got that
It was
joke
a
and it was actually well reciprocated. And Heather Shaw goes, all right, this fucking guy knows what he's doing, apparently. I was like...
It was a punk bar at the time?
Yeah, Soundbar,
Holy
man.
shit.
Back booth.
I love their bathroom. Just the bathroom. Check it out. In the men's bathroom, there's a urinal, right? And next to it, there's a lady, a cartoon lady drawn out, laughing, pointing at where you're pissing. I think she's pointing at my penis. I believe so. I think that's the joke. But in there, yeah, the bathroom at some bar. I don't care if you go in there from the break-in and go look at the bathroom. Okay, that's bad advice. Do not do that. I don't want to get sued. But the bathroom there is amazing. The men's bathroom.
Well, thank you for the
on
legal
both
one.
sides.
William Rodriguez.
There's women pointing at your penis, laughing.
Do they have margaritas in there too? They serve
They
you while
have
you go to the bathroom.
everything.
Hey, this is that cruise ship we were talking about. I think Will is just getting excited for.
I want some lobster. I want some lobster right now.
Oh, don't bring up that cruise ship. That was horrible. That was a
random
horrible
one.
idea.
Random, yeah.
Random part of your one.
Yeah. This is past my bedtime.
Yeah. We were making Julie stay up to hang out with us degenerates. I feel like we are the degenerates of the podcast world here now.
Woo.
So Aaron.
Yes.
No, sorry, I was coughing. That's what we call edited out material. I can say whatever I want, like
And then you go,
the N-word right now,
Oh, my
and
God,
they
don't.
would never know because they're never going to hear
Still
it.
don't do it.
I know.
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just say no.
A joke, guys. I mean, what?
I
You
get
guys
you.
don't.
I get the shit though. I get it.
Okay, what?
You gotta go to the
Okay,
bathroom?
so the next major thing I want to talk about, due to the fact it's so close to the time, and this is probably just going to go home and release this.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Louis C.K. currently?
I
Currently.
Aaron,
That's
you are the guest.
I don't know a whole lot about. I mean, I know about the situation, why he's in trouble, but what he's doing, I haven't had a whole lot of time to follow what he's doing now. I know he's trying to, I guess, make a name for himself again. He's trying. A lot of people like him. A lot of people are saying that it's good for him to stand up for himself. I think the big thing he needs to do right now is just acknowledge the fact that he screwed up, and then we can all move on with it, because that's what people want, is for him to say, hey, I screwed up, admit to it, and then we could talk about moving on, letting you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I the same thing. For once, there's actually comedy news. You know what I mean? Like, this
Right.
is like, there's never a time when comedy has news. The other thing that's really going on, we'll keep bouncing between Louis C.K. and but I think this is the kind of the hard hitting issue I actually want to talk about is Kevin Hart recently. Do you know what you guys know what I'm talking about with this? I'll explain it in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin Hart just got banned. Not banned. I'm sorry.
Oscars. He got taken off the Oscars. That's a big. That's
He was taken off the position of doing
Ellen
the Oscar,
Ellen
hosting the
DeGeneres
Oscars.
stood up for him. She stood
What
up.
happened?
He said some anti homosexual. He used some anti homosexual language as a joke, and he was trying to be funny.
It was a bit from like 8 or 9 years ago, though, when it was more socially acceptable to make
it was
jokes
like 3
about.
years ago, I believe. But it doesn't matter. I don't know.
But anyways, do you feel that you guys are impacted by censorship in comedy, even just on a local level at this point?
I myself am real lenient towards any comedian trying stuff. And the thing with Louis C.K., going back to Louis C.K., I don't know this is what I heard. This is a story. He's asked. Did he ask the women to? Hey, can I jerk off in front of you? Because
There was no consent given.
No. Some of them there were. Yeah, he asked, and that's what I'm saying.
Sarah
He's saying I
Silverman,
asked
yeah.
all the time. That he asked that. Hey, you want to? And thing is, what if somebody does? Look, ladies, somebody pulls. I pull out my. You get the hell out that room and you call the cops.
Yeah, I run.
Okay? Yeah, run, get the hell out of there. You have a
Mr.
choice.
Wee-Wee needs to go
Do not
away.
stand there and let somebody take out their dick on you. But at the same time, if he did that, he was all the way wrong. But what I've heard is that he was asking these women, hey, you mind
You
if
think
I
it's a
jerk
cash
off in front of
grab?
you? Huh?
You think it's a cash grab from the
No,
ladies?
it's not a cash brag. I felt some of them were real in their hey, maybe if I don't let him do this, by this time he's producing, right? I don't know what, because look, as comedians we have no power. Look, I'm serious. As a comedian right now, and I've been doing this for 5 years. I don't know when he was doing these things, but as a comedian, you have no power, even if you're so. Okay,
So you think he had a level of power?
possibly, and some of the women were like, "Okay, I'll let him do it because he has the level of power.
Oh,
And if I
he's Louis CK.
don't let him do this, then I won't get jobs and blah blah blah." But some of the women, but I think all of them should have said something at that point. But a lot of them were like, "Hey, he asked," and
Can
I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Can I chime into this?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know the story very well. I guess I work too many jobs, but
You do.
Yeah,
I got
she
a
is the
wolf left.
chameleon of...
Yeah.
And she's actually wearing a uniform outfit for another establishment for somewhere where she doesn't even work.
Yeah, you got more.
Even though she has a
jobs.
shift tonight, according to Aaron.
Yeah.
I don't
Julie.
know.
I gotta make some chocolate.
By the way, there's
waffles.
2 Aarons, so yes, we're going to consistently confuse you.
And
So fuck
Julie
off.
has more jobs than Louis C.K. used to have because he was very popular. He was. So go ahead, Julie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten too much in the Me Too situation. I feel like we have abused it too much. So now that people actually get in these situations, people don't either listen to them or get too crazy about it. We don't have a moderation about it.
Yeah.
So it's just gone full blast. Like every female who's ever had one thing that's happened to him. I'm not saying
I'm sure
that
all
in
of
like
them
a
have.
down. Not looking down on it, but
something.
now they're trying to resurrect it because the Me Too movement has.
They've taken it too far, so when something does happen, now people don't listen to them so much.
Yeah.
They overheard their
Yeah.
voice, I guess.
They've
I mean
taken a little thing and-
that same thing happened with the Parkland shooting shit. They David Cobb or whatever his name is.
Well, Louis
He's
CK,
now a punchline.
That's why Louis C.K. is in trouble because he came back after the he's been in trouble because of the sexual whatever happened, whatever. Because I am not really sure. Because a lot of them say, yeah, he asked. But as far as censorship, I'm lenient, man, towards all comedians. I think you should say whatever the hell you want to say. There's repercussions to everything you say.
Yeah.